convince people or get to sleep, it's because you're not listening to that part of your brain. It's simple. Everyone in this room has the ability to activate the brain in the way it's designed to work, every one of us. Whether we use that ability or not is determined by our upbringing. And this person in front of you never, ever criticizes parents and the way they parented you. Because your parents learn to either listen to their own thoughts, feelings, and ideas or not based on their upbringing. But if it happens that you emerge into adulthood and in your first years of development, everything you felt was dismissed or minimized and shoved under the rug, but your ideas were given a lot of attention, you go into adulthood trusting your ideas, but feelings are something that you're really unsure about. Okay? This method goes back and rewires your brain to now listening to what you might not have gotten enough practice listening to growing up. Your first thought, your first observation, your first idea. What are some examples? I walk off the school bus. Johnny hit me over the head. And my parental or caretaker response is either, oh man, I felt that way before. Or, well, did you punch him in the nose and why didn't you say anything? You know, what's your problem? The child will walk away second guessing themselves with the second response. With the first response, they'll go, oh, I was angry, and they get angry too, which allows the child to feel that. Or they walk into the house and say, hey mom, it sure is tense here, what's going on? And mom goes, oh no, it's not tense, you're making me tense, go play. The child walks away second guessing themselves, well, man, I thought it was tense, but there must be something wrong with me. As opposed to, hey mom, it sure is tense, and the parent says, you're right, dad and I are working on taxes, has nothing to do with you. Or the child comes up with an idea, hey mom and dad, I want to build a kite that looks like the Washington Monument. The first parenting response would be, what a cool idea. Here's some materials, let me know what happens. Have fun. The secondary response, which dismisses or minimizes, is, well, that's a good idea, but if you do it this way, you might get this prize. The brain needs enough practice listening to how you feel, what you observe, and what you want to do. And within 2 to 5 years developmentally, that's all it takes for into making their own decisions, listening to that, knowing, using how they feel and life experiences to make decisions. 2 to 5 years. On the other hand, any area that might be dismissed or minimized, it takes 2 to 5 years for the child to stop listening to themselves. And they flip into a dependency first on listening to the parents for how to feel and what to say and what to do. Why is that a problem? Because they love their parents and their parents love them. Why? Because then they go into adulthood listening to everyone else brilliantly for what to feel, what to do, and what to say instead of themselves. What's the problem with that? It's who it attracts. We talked about that 10 minutes ago. It attracts people who say, oh, well, I can get her to do what I want. Or, it attracts people where you're doing all the work in relationships. Or it attracts people, can you lend me some money? It attracts bosses, whoever work us. And we don't want that. So a way to change that, I'm a good person, I'm doing everything right, how come some of the decisions I'm making aren't working out for me, is to instead rewire your brain back to the child who got enough reinforcement, listening to their own thoughts, feelings, and ideas, and re-enter all your current relationships with self-esteem and attracting healthy people. All right. Other chapters you'll read in my book, Enhancing Athletic Performance, or Performance Speaking, Public Speaking, by, again, dealing with anxiety ahead of time and not allowing distractions or worry take you off from how your brain is trained to respond to the tennis ball or the puck coming towards you. If you're up in your head remembering you lost the last game and the ref was very unfair, you're going to distract yourself from activating memory recall to be involved in what your body says or does next in relationship to the athletic